My main man got it in. What up, dog?
T-Rex in the building.
You guys, I love that morning energy you're bringing. I needed that.
Hey, where you at right now? What city?
I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth right now.
Oh, okay. So you two hours apart. Hey, dog, what's up with Lil Boosie, man? You heard this shit? He might get 15 years because he ratted on his motherfucking self on a podcast.
I'm not surprised. That's how the rappers do it. I guess that's gangster these days.
Right, exactly. That's what you're talking about right now. Hey, I saw you with Dana White, or not Dana White, Rogan. I think when you want to fight. I seen you post it. What is next for you, dog? Everyone in here has been waiting for you. They love you in the chat. What's going on? What is next for you? You got admirations on doing some other things that we don't know about, or are you just gonna keep grinding it out?
Grinding it out. The goal still remains the same. I'm trying to tap in and be ranked in the top 15 before the year ends. Right now we got Nazim Sadikov, July 15th, and it just lines up perfect. We get him out of here. Matt Ferrola's there. We talk that talk, and we can do the rematch, and I can get that number that I deserve.
I love
That's
it,
right.
man. I love it, man.
That.
So you're in the middle of like training camp right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Kind of educate me, man, because I'm a fan of the sport, man. You know, I became a fan really in the recent years. Talk about just the how training camp goes and the grind that you have to put yourself through in order to prepare, you know, for the big fight. You know, I'm a former athlete. Jamie's a former athlete. We played football. Football is a grind of its own, but I don't know if it's at the same level as what you guys have to do to prepare for a big fight. So kind of educate us on what training camp is like.
So I just start eating right. I got to watch my meals. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm drinking like 1 or 2 gallons of water a day.
Damn.
And training sessions for me, it usually goes like this. Monday is striking, and then we do strength and conditioning. And then I'll either go grapple or do 12 rounds on the bag. So pretty much I work out like 3 times a day. Friday, I'm about to hit the Vertimax today. And then I'm going to probably spar later. And then probably spar again or do a little session on my own Saturday. And then chill for a little bit Sunday and get back to work Monday.
1 day off, huh?
Yeah.
Damn,
Hey, let me ask you, how hard is it to maintain? Do you have to maintain a weight kind of like a boxer or no?
Well, I have to. I like to stay within 175 because it just makes the weight cut a lot easier for me. Especially when it's camp starting. If I'm out of camp, I'm usually like 190.
Oh, now let me ask you this though: how hard is it when you're working out 3 days, 3 times a day? Because we used to lose weight in 3 days in football. We used to lose shit anywhere from 8 to 10 pounds of water.
Yeah, one practice. Yeah.
How hard is it to maintain your weight while you're doing all this different shit? Plus, you're drinking 2 gallons of water, which will hold some weight on you, but it's also sweating out really fast. How does that all maintain? You got a whole team for that shit to monitor, or is that just something you figured out over time?
Just being a wrestler, I figured out over time, and we got the angry dietitian I'm about to be working with this fight camp. He be really dialed in, and I'm eating my icon meals, and just trying to stay disciplined. That's like the most important thing.
Yeah. Let me ask you this real quick. I know you've been fighting and wrestling for a long time, man. Can you share with us, like, what's the craziest story or the craziest thing you've had to do to make weight at any point in your career, whether it's professionally, going back to like wrestling? Like, what's the craziest story that will probably shock people who don't know about the sport of how you had to measure weight?
Nothing too crazy, but like there was a couple times I was close to passing out. Like the contender series, like a lot of people don't know, but I cut 25 pounds that week. I was a pretty big 145er, so it got kind of hard to make the weight towards the end, and it was hard to cut weight because I couldn't run or anything. Because during that camp, I tore my labrum, fractured a ball in my shoulder, and I still fought. Because like when your dream's right there, you take all the risks.
Damn, man. And you talk about injuries too, man. I want you to highlight it was a scary part of your life, if I'm not mistaken. Earlier in your career, your heart stopped, right? Was it, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of times? Can you kind of share that story with us?
Yeah, I got you guys. So when I was like 19, I took these drugs and like I started seeing demons, And yeah, and I started praying, and I went to stand up to show the demons I wasn't scared, and my head fell through a window, and I ended up like just pretty much becoming like a walking zombie. Did like $3,000 worth of damage to these people's house, and wrestled with the cops for an hour. They ended up getting me in the back of the hospital by restraining me, and then I ended up dying like 3 times while in the back of the ambulance.
Damn, man. Nah, I appreciate you for being honest and open and willing to share that. I would assume, you know, and I was jumping after this too. I would assume a moment like that had to impact you in some way mentally. Like, how did that moment, and obviously making it and being here today to share the story, how did that kind of shift your mindset, or how did that change your life?
Just really made me focus up and appreciate the small things and know what's really important, because like, you know, when you're growing up, you're always choosing your friends, and I had to realize once I got in that situation, like, those aren't my friends, and all I needed was my family. At the end of the day, if that happened at my house, I know no one would have left me, and my mom would have talked me through it the whole way.
Hey, break this down for me, dog, because you've had some impressive and some impressive wins. So I want to check this out real quick. 7-second knockout. I mean, it's a fucking one-hitter quitter, pretty much, right? Like, how, like, damn, that's pretty impressive. How's that? What fight was that in your career?
Shoot, I'm actually a person that really fight. Like, so I don't know what number it was. I think I was like maybe 12-4. So like my 16th fight.
Damn, that was nice. That was that one of them with 2 pieces and biscuit, dog.
Right.
Shit. No doubt. Hey, so when are you fighting next? What's that date?
July 15th.
Okay, where at?
The Apex. So that's pretty good. I always put on a good show out there, so can't wait to be out there again.
Hell yeah. That's good shit, dog. So, hey, dog, I gotta ask you I gotta transition to some other sports real quick with you. What is your other love like growing up? Football, basketball, baseball? What'd you like growing up?
I used to really love basketball, but I was trash, and eventually my mom was a real one. She's like, son, you've been going to camp for 5 years, still haven't gotten any better. She'll probably try that wrestling stuff your stepdad be doing. And we just started busting out laughing. I was like, all right, Dad, I'll give it a try.
Hey.
Yeah.
Mom, real one,
shout to your mom. Really.
Yeah, I'm glad I listened.
Yeah, these youngsters ain't getting the truth told to them and shit. Their asses keep running around chasing dreams that ain't there, man. I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
so what do you think about the Nuggets winning this championship and then calling out the Lakers like they're a fucking big rivalry to the Lakers after they won their first championship ever?
Well, it wasn't really a rivalry right there. They beat them 4-0, but yeah, they could at least got one. I was upset about that.
Yeah. You a Laker guy too?
Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, but I wasn't surprised. My homie like predicted the Nuggets were going to win the whole thing before it even started. When they were like a super underdog, like he called it, I was like, damn, man.
Hey,
they've been building it up. So,
and this is the thing I used to say all the time, like the Red Sox never could beat the Yankees, and they always called it a rivalry. I'm like, this shit ain't a rivalry, dog, because you can't win. You got to at least beat the other team sometimes. So before it's a damn rivalry, you got to beat the other team a few damn times. I'm like, shit, kind of crazy. Hey, what do you think about Jerry West, the logo himself, calling out the NBA players yesterday and saying that they're soft? It's the softest generation we've ever seen. You agree or disagree?
I wouldn't disagree with that. Basketball's not if we're compared to like how basketball used to be back in the day, like people was really swinging out there. Like I watched the documentary, they were really fighting. Like I remember the basketball players start fighting the fans, never because the dude threw the water bottle.
Oh, that's the brawl. The Indiana. I'm from Indiana, so that's the Pacers in Detroit. That's the Miles and the Palace. That was the time brawl there, man. So, but my argument to that, because I'm always defending the younger guys, whatever. Like I will admit that the league is softer today than it was back in the day, but I also think they were doing too much back in the day. It's like at the end of the day, basketball isn't MMA. Leave the professional fighters to fight. NBA players can't fight for the most part. A handful of them can, but most of them can't fight. Like, y'all stay in your lane.
Draymond Green. Yeah, they the worst fight. They the weakest in the weight room. T-Rack. They the weakest on the court. Like, no, these cats, they all think they can play football too. I'm like, I just laugh.
Terry, real quick.
Look, LeBron was pretty filthy. Allen Iverson was filthy at football.
Iverson was sick.
Hey, I was really, really good.
Yeah, they could probably still do good at football because they got some big hands, bro. They can jump.
Let me ask you this though, real quick. In your opinion, who's somebody in the NBA? Because you brought up Draymond Green. Obviously, we understand the punch. He punched Jordan Poole beginning of the year. Who's an NBA player who you think could actually do some real damage in MMA if they moved over to UFC and actually trained and prepared?
Just like demeanor wise, I would say like Damian Lillard.
Oh, Dame Dollar. Okay.
Yeah, Dame Dollar. I just feel like the way he carried himself, like I don't think he would like be a pussy. Like I think he'd be down, like if he had to fight.
Oh, Dame
I think
Dollar
that motherfucker his ass knocked the fuck out right out the gate. hey, let me ask you something, dog. Who is John Jones the GOAT?
Oh,
yeah, most definitely. I just say this GOAT for me is like someone that like I like what Max Holloway says. Like a GOAT is someone that's any place at any time. Like a GOAT's not just gonna stay in his lane. Like John Jones went out of his weight class. Like guys that go out of their weight class, those are GOATs to me. Like someone that's really about that whoever, whenever type vibe. That's a GOAT and who can do it successfully.
And then and backing up that question, who is the face of the UFC right now? Is there one?
It would have to be Israel Adesanya for sure. Just pretty much with that celebration, like that's gonna go down in history. Like that was hard, And then he went and found the kid and jumped down on him. Like, come on, like that's.
Hey, I love it too. By the way, I love it. All the heat that he took.
Hey, they hated it. I loved it, man. I was like, oh man,
shouldn't have been talking shit.
I love that shit. I actually love that shit, dog. I was like, shit. It
was hard.
Hey, Conor McGregor is in the news, dog, for all the wrong reasons. He always seems to find himself in the news for all the wrong reasons. I'm starting to think that this motherfucker does that shit just for the pub and the likes. They saying that he did something to a woman in the bathroom during the finals, dog. Why is this motherfucker always in something?
That because, man, he just reckless, bro. He be probably plastered like every day, He probably still think we're in the olden days where he can go conquer land and shit. You know what I mean? He's seen one of those guys that like he's just crazy.
Man, and we forget right before that, he knocked out the mascot for the Miami Heat. Like I think during halftime before the game. So this is
he's in the hospital out here.
Yeah, bro. You can tell he went try hard, and then like when he punched on the ground, he's like, "Oh shoot!" He probably felt the dude's skull. Oh, but yeah, I bet he'll just throw a couple $100K and that's it. When you're rich like that, you pretty much do what you want.
Damn, man.
Hey, I know you got a fight in July, and I know you're not ever going to look ahead. It's kind of like a football or basketball player. We're trying to win one at a time. Like, how many fights will you take on? Like, will you fight multiple fights before the summer's over, or just this July and then you wait how long before another one?
Not me. I like to stay active. I like to at least get 3 fights a year, maybe 4. If everything turns out good, I'm going to try to get 4.
Damn. Hey, you got that old school mindset, T-Rex. Like a lot of people,
Hey, that's why on the show, Big Smitty. We only fuck with people that's got that dog in them.
Because like my big bro Kevin said it the real. Like people always arguing about their pay and stuff. Well, you're doing 1 fight a year, brother. Like
that's true.
You want to get paid, fight.
Let me ask you. Let me transition to your kind of a rival sport, boxing. Like we have Steve Kim on our show all the time. He's a boxing analyst. He was at ESPN. He does his own thing in the Ring magazine and all this stuff. And him and Mario Lopez host a show together. And he loves you, by the way. He was going to try to come on and talk to you. But let me ask you this. he doesn't equate this generation of boxers to the old ones because of the fact you just made, like the statement you just made. Like Floyd, he really didn't fight as often as a Hagler, Hearns, Duran, De La Hoya, Cesar Chavez. Like these cats used to fight all the time. These guys don't fight no more. And Mayweather made so much, he might have been that one outlier to kind of counter what you just said. He made so much money where he was probably like, fuck, why would I fight multiple times a year? But other than him, these cats aren't fighting a lot. And to your point, like, do you still consider somebody like Floyd not fighting as many fights the GOAT, even though because he's undefeated? Or are you using that to weigh all these things out? Like, nah, he didn't really fight as much. I would like to see him fight more. You never know when you fight more, you more odds to get caught. Is that something that you look into?
I could say he's a GOAT because like he's smart, you know, because in the fight game, it's not just about fighting these days. You got to be smart. And he was a businessman. He knew when to fight someone, when to wait, you know. Like, at least he was realistic with himself. I would say that. Like, some fighters aren't realistic with himself, you know. He waited till the time was right to beat certain people. Like, he was strategic. And that's what makes him such a great fighter. Like, he was smart.
I'm with you, man, because I'm it's a fine line between, you know, being tough and just making stupid decisions. And there's also a fine line between, you know, being a smart businessman and also being a little soft. I think there's like a sweet spot in the middle.
Yeah, that's a sweet spot. You gotta be right. You gotta.
Because at the end of the day, listen, you love the sport, but you ain't here to make your money. This is your job. Like you ain't here just to try to prove to everybody I'm so tough. You got to make money. This is how you tell livelihood. So it's like, I mean, I think Floyd broke the code. He found a way to become the biggest name in combat sports while he was fighting, and he's able to get so much money off one fight that most fighters, it takes them 2 or 3 fights to get what he made, even more. So,
T-Ray, let me ask you this though: what if I came at you and argued against that and said he was kind of the product of picking his battles compared to Hagler, Hearns, Duran having to fight who they had to fight? There was no I get to choose who I fight when I choose to fight them. Floyd made a living off of that very choice right there. I get to pick my battles and who I get to fight. Is that something that you kind of look at like, wait up, we don't get a chance to fight?
Yeah, but that's where I go back to the business thing. Like, he would make them fights build up and people want it so bad, you know, and then they had to pay him way more money to get it done. Like I said, the dude was smart and he knows how to make money.
No doubt.
That's some GOAT status for me. If you know how to make money, sign me up. I'm taking notes.
Hey, no doubt. Hey, you can't. That's why I tell people all the time how funny it is with this golf shit going on, PGA and the Live Golf. Like people talking that shit. I'm like, dog, you would go 2 for $200 million. Shut the fuck up. Like that shit kills me when they tell me that shit.
We all would. Let me ask you this real quick, T-Rex, man. I know you've seen a lot of your peers actually. You know, you got to talk about boxing. We've seen a lot of your peers actually go into boxing in different moments. Do you think at any point in your career, it could be years from now, whatever, you could see yourself, you know, testing the waters of an actual boxing ring, or no?
Of course, man. Show me the money, you know. I'll definitely do that. Look at the fighters, you know. I'm not a dummy. I see they're getting more money. No knees, you know, strictly hands, no kick to the face. Yeah, I'll do it. That sounds a lot more fun than getting kicked and shit.
So if you fought Jake Paul called you out and wanted to box you in December.
Yeah.
How's that gonna go down?
I'll take my fall, Jake. Give me a couple mil, man. We'll make it look real good. I swear. I'll have that shit looking like Rocky IV out there.
I hear it, man. Nah, I love it, man. This has been dope though, T-Rex, man. You know, really just learning about the sport. You know what I mean? Let the people know real quick, man. I know you got to get your rest and start, you know, getting ready for training. Let the people know where they can find you, man, online, your Twitter account, Instagram. You know what I mean? So our fans can follow you as well, my guy.
Okay. On Twitter and Instagram, it's T-Rex155, and on TikTok, let me see. I think it's T-Rex95.
T-Rex95. Y'all heard what he said, man. So make sure y'all give my man a follow. Big fight coming up, man. We wish you nothing but the best. Go out there, man. Bounce back, kick some ass, and get your money, my guy. We appreciate you coming on.
Hey, man, T-Reg, I can't thank you enough, dog. We got to do it again, man. I appreciate you. I know we chop it up here and there, man, and good luck to you. Go grind, dog, and get that bag.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Clay. I appreciate you guys. I love that energy you come with, man, for real.
Yes,
No
sir.
doubt, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
Much love, brother. Be safe out here in these streets, brother.
100.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right.
Hey,
Peace.
T-Reg, my main man, Terrance McKinney. Appreciate him jumping on with us.